Hey, Dust the Viking here. Welcome back to Ghost Hunters Core. We're doing a big guide for this one. The game is not out yet, so some things will change, but it looks like they've got things pretty well headed in the direction that they want, so this guide will be relevant for, I think, for a fair bit, to mainly give you all a heads up so you can hit the ground running. First thing we're going to talk about real quick are the contracts. When you click on a contract, it will tell you a single entity exercise containing 2 to 3 maximum proofs. In other words, this is basically an easier version of this map. Now, if we went back and picked USA Lost House again, the next one might be a different amount of proofs. Thus, same map, but different difficulty. While you are still learning the game, it's probably a good idea to hunt for contracts that are 2 to 3 proofs. That is still pretty difficult with how difficult this game is. Alright, as far as the gear once over, I don't think I'm going to walk through the tutorial area here. This is pretty easy. You know, you can head through there and check on stuff yourself. Real quick, let's go over the leveling system. It's a pretty straightforward leveling system. As you level up, you get access to higher end gear, and then here is your store. Pretty simple. And you level up, of course, by getting clues, guessing the ghost's identity correctly, whether it be a shadow, a revenant, so on and so forth. And then, of course, you know, getting back alive. Of course, you do get XP even if you come back dead. So there is that at least. Consolation prize. Don't forget there is also a text tutorial here, not just the tutorial in there. Not a bad idea to familiarize yourself with the game's mechanics, but I'm going to explain everything anyway as we go. So let's go. Alright, so the first thing you will point out here is that as soon as we load in, the ghost is active. I've got my equipment before, like grabbed my flashlight and turned around only to see that front door slowly open because the ghost is already... In fact, the ghost already has a light on upstairs, so we know where it is right now. We have not even touched the door to the camper yet. So this means that... yeah, it's just active. The ghost can come out of the house if it's chasing you. It'll chase you all the way back here to the RV. For the most part, the RV is your safe zone. But once you get along in the exorcisms and the ghost is moving incredibly fast, I have had the ghost get into the RV with me. I don't know if that is intended or if it's just that the ghost is moving so fast that it clips up in here and gets in here when it's not supposed to be in here. So, just some heads up on that. For your starting gear, obviously your flashlight is a pretty big go-to. You can do your middle mouse click to throw it over to the side. You can do that with any piece of equipment. If you, for example, want to put that in the off hand and keep the flashlight in your main hand so that you can turn it off and on as you go. Myself, I prefer to have the flashlight in the off hand. That way I can mess with my gear. So I can, let's say, for example, turn this on and then cycle between this and this. One last thing to note is your starter gear here is supposed to be kind of like hand-me-down free gear. It's not as good. Some things probably do work as good. Like, I think the scanner works maybe just as good. The EMF seems to work just fine. The neutrino gun here, wow, I can hear it. It's throwing stuff around in there. I think we might have a poltergeist. The neutrino gun, for example, does not recharge. You have to purchase one if you want it to be able to recharge. That said, there is one thing I did want to grab and test out, which we'll do right here. And it's the purchased version of this. Anyway, let's go ahead and make our first sweep. We know where the ghost is. It's up there. Doesn't mean the ghost is still up there. It could already be down here. The ghosts roam quite heavily. in this. You hear that? That means that the ghost is fairly agitated. Yeah, it is already here. That is not safe. It is time to go. This game is extremely deadly, so you have to be very careful with the ghosts. Don't overstay. Don't be in the house too long. If you do get stuck in the house... Jesus, I'm trying to do a guide here. Wow, you're angry. Where's it at? I don't even see it. It scared the crap out of me. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and ditch that model there, and instead... Ooh, it's still out there. We're going to grab this one because the one that you purchased does not seem to work. Oh, no, it's working now. I see the temperatures going. Wow, oh, it was working? So did we have a zero temperature situation? Or was it just glitched out? I think we might have just been reading zero temps for a bit. They both seem to be working just fine. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and close the door here, just so it doesn't rip the door off the hinges. It can do that. Wow, this one's angry. Super angry, super aggressive. You have to identify your ghost self-behavior. So already we'll probably know that we're dealing with a demon. Aggressive, gonna watch every corner, waiting for the best moment to pounce. And in this instance, it was just like, I got in the house. It's like, I'm going now. I'm going now. The ghosts, for the most part, are pretty easy to identify by behavior. We'll go through them really quick. Demon, very aggressive, and doesn't show the signs of the other ghosts. So we've got high aggression, and as long as we verify that it does not look like a child or a teenager, and that it's, you know, for the most part walking up on all fours and then isn't throwing things like crazy. It's definitely already too aggressive to be a shadow. It's not a shadow. It was turning on lights right off the bat. We know it's not a shadow. Could be a poltergeist, and we'll see what it looks like. We'll verify if it's a revenant or not. But yeah, high aggression is your tell for the demon. The children ghosts or child ghosts tend to look like teenagers or young teenagers. So at first glance, you might not realize it's a child ghost, but you'll get a good look at them, and you'll get familiar with the look pretty quick. Poltergeists throw stuff, and they throw big stuff. We've seen dishwashers, or it was a dishwasher or a stove that was actually overturned and slid around. They generally chuck stuff around quite a bit. So if you see multiple items just disturbed and thrown all over the place, then you know you've got a poltergeist. Shadows do tend to be a bit more shy. They stay away from the light. And sometimes one of the big giveaways on this one is you'll see the ghost and it'll just have pitch black. Like its skin isn't black, like it's just like a pure black walking shadow. Sometimes the eyes and the smile are just white lights. Then you're definitely know you're dealing with a shadow. The revenants cannot walk upright. As seen here, it's not able to stand due to lack of occult energy. Now, you will see all of the ghosts sometimes crawl. And they'll kind of distort. But the revenant is literally not capable of standing. It will only and always crawl. So that's your giveaway on the revenant. Alright, so real quick, we know we've got an EMF level 5. Your ghosts, let's see, were a demon. Now, this could have been a demon that was EMF level 3 or 4, but we have a demon that is an EMF level 5. These evidences here do not show you what kind of ghost you have. Instead, what this does is it shows you what you need to do to exorcise the ghost. So first we use behavior, identify the ghost. And I'm going to assume that that was actually working, and we actually do have a 0 temp here. So we've got 2, and if you remember, this contract said 2 to 3 evidences. So we've got 2 out of potential 3, so we might need one more piece of evidence. and then this will tell us what we need to do to exorcise the ghost. So, now we need to get an entity scan or some writing evidence or some audio proof. It was pretty eager to get at us, and I think this is a demon. So we're going to get our crucifix, and we'll get our writing book. I'm going to keep that crucifix out. And I'm just going to throw it right there in the front. Keeping the cross out. Again, this game is very, very, very difficult, largely due to how aggressive the ghosts can be. Pretty sure it came from downstairs. We're gonna get these lights off. Oh, it makes me nervous. I know how aggressive this one is, so just being in there, just being in the house at all, is just dangerous. Alright, we'll have to assign one or more of these monitors. Let's get the camera off so we can see. If we want, we can assign multiple monitors to the same camera. If we put more cameras in there, we can have up to 3 different camera views. That's really handy. As of now, it looks like the night vision toggle is kind of tied to all the cameras together. Maybe that's intended, I'm not sure. There will definitely be some things that will change. This is still the pre-alpha build. It's not even in its early access launch yet, so do expect some small things to change here and there. It looks like for the most part, though, that they do have the basic early access framework down. So that's why I felt comfortable putting this guide together now. Alright, so we don't have anything going on there just yet. Safety first, though, kids. So, let's see. Cross, Mary, flashlight. Mary seems to be most effective against the child ghosts, but it does seem like it works against all of them. And I am going to go ahead and throw the cross right there. Just a nice place. Now, Mary might shy it away from the front there. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, so let's get our scanner in. Let's get this out. Let's see if I can remember the phrasing. Spirit, do you want to talk to us? Can you hear me? Do you want to talk? Can you hear me? Do you want to say something? Can you hear me? Spirit, do you want to say something? Can you hear me? Yep, time to go. When you start hearing those hissing noises, that's bad. Alright, let's see if that drew it downstairs. Okay, there we have some ghost orb activity, so it is kind of down in the area now. It's usually kind of a hint that the ghost orbs are showing off basically activity. Oh, man. This is definitely a game where having multiple players with you, teammates, will be hugely beneficial. In Faz, having a team wasn't necessarily all that beneficial, and sometimes it even made parts of the game harder because you couldn't hear the ghost very well. You know, and you're kind of tripping over your teammates. But in this game, teammates are going to be so crucial that I can even see people having roles. Like an actual van tech calling things out as people move around the location. Keeping tabs on evidence. and then having someone who is like almost like a priest role or a guardian role, who will do things like carry around the crucifixes and salt and the statue, and their job is to try and like, you know, keep everybody safe, so that they can get the investigation done. And then of course investigators, which I find that incredibly interesting and dynamic, that the game would have that much stuff available. So let's see. We may have to go ahead and try and get up in there. If we do, let's see. Neutrino gun, essence stick, and recite the entire exorcism book without interruption. That one is really cool. That would be this book here. Get over here in the light. You actually have to read the passage, and yes, it does work, and it's pretty cool. Whoops. Alright, so what was one of them? We had incense? Right. So I'm going to grab the incense here. Get to our flashlight, put that over. The reason I'm going to keep the incense is because if this is one of the stages of exorcism, then if I do get attacked, I can use the incense to push the ghost back. It does appear that it's gone back upstairs. Oh god, this is so dangerous. Oh, or is it in the kitchen? Spirit, can you show yourself? Oh boy. Now the big question is where was it? I think it's downstairs. I don't think it's upstairs after all. I think the statue's keeping it at bay. Is it in there? Let's go check our camera. Alright, the camera is going pretty crazy, so that means the entity is on that side. So I'm going to drop the signal search for a little bit. And I'm going to see if I can just figure out where it is real quick. Oh, it's right there. Take a picture of it. That made it disappear. Interesting. That should give us some monies. Looks like it's still there. So I'm just going to get this signal searcher, and then I'm just going to throw it down and let it kind of build up signal on its own. We do have a crucifix down in the Mary. The signal searcher did not appear to be picking up any signal. Let's go check our camera. Camera is still getting a lot of interference as if it's close. Alright, so I definitely want another camera. So it is time to pull out... I do not have another camera. Awkward, awkward. Is it? Oh, it's there in the window. It's knocked the camera over. Alright, well... Here we go. So listen for our scanner. Scanner's still not going. It's not writing in the book. The statue might be hindering that. So I'm gonna grab it. I'm going to put the statue out here instead. We'll see. Can you write in the book? Alright, we gotta go, we gotta go. Is it coming out here? Oh my god, it is a child. That is a child! The statue is definitely giving it problems. It does not want to go near the statue. But it does look like it's circling around the RV. So now that we know for sure, it's just a really aggressive child. Let's go back into our exorcisms. It changes. So, incense stick, Listianity, neutrino gun, and then something else, hopefully writing evidence. So the book wouldn't have done anything. Is it already gone? Nope, it's still here. I think it's over on this side over here. Either way, let's go ahead and close that again. Oh, it's rattling things. I wonder if we can maybe talk to it out here. I don't think we can, though. Maybe I can throw this out there. Spirit, can you say something? Can you hear me? Do you want to say something? Can you hear me? Can you talk? I don't know if this works outside. I'm pretty sure from what I understand that you do need to be inside the house for the ghost to be able to hear commands. But it never hurts to try. Alright. And it might not be a talker. Again, we only need 2 to 3 evidences, and it's possible that we have everything. The scanner was not picking anything up at all, even though we had it in the room. You would normally hear the scanner start beeping, so I didn't hear any beeping out of the scanner, even though it was definitely close to the entity. Audio proof, I feel like I've prodded it pretty hard. I feel like it would have at least said something or screamed at us, especially as aggressive as it is. So I think we're down to writing. And if it's not in the book, it might be written on the wall somewhere in the house, which is really awkward because it means we're going to have to scour the house. So that's what we're going to do. Well, let's try one more. Let's get in the house, get the incense out here, make sure we're good. We're good. We know that the cross and the statue will definitely help us out. Spirit, can you talk? Can you hear me? Spirit, do you want to say something? Can you hear me? Can you talk? Can you say something? Alright. It threw that camera. Yeah, 0%. I don't think we're going to get a scan. Alright, let's get some lights on. And I gotta remember, I turn on this stick by right-clicking. Oh, it turned on the light for me in here. I'm just looking for writing on the walls. I've seen writing upstairs, I've seen it downstairs. We've been in here for a while. We need to go ahead and get back out for a moment. Don't burn the sprint, in case we need it to run. Always save that sprint. Save that sprint. Whew. Yeah, that camera is wrecked. So if you do buy a device, by the way, and you are kind of done with the device that you spawned in because it's something that you bought, do make sure that you have that back in here. The freebie stuff you can leave in the house, but if you purchased it and you leave it in the house, you will lose the item unless you complete the exorcism. Once you complete the exorcism, you can leave the items all over the place and they no longer matter. Alright, so we're going to venture upstairs. So we'll go ahead and put that stuff there. We're going to go ahead and grab the neutrino gun. And we're going to go ahead and look upstairs for writing on the walls. And that's going to be our prime suspect room. Unfortunately. Oh. Some thrown stuff. So far, so good. It is actively pushing the I think there's something against the door. I don't know. We're not going to stay in that room too long because I don't want that door to lock behind me. God, I'm not seeing any writing yet. And yeah, you can turn all the lights in on a site, but lights can get smashed or exploded. Okay, there's no writing. Okay, it's getting active now. Little sprint, little sprint. Oh, did you hear that? I'm pretty sure that is a type of EVP, and I think that's what we were looking for. I think that's the last evidence. It's kind of, I'm not really sure what it's supposed to be. Maybe it's like a laugh, or it sounds like a little trumpet. But that's there. Like, it's an audible voice, which I assume this will be filled in with something that makes a little bit more sense. So it looks like we do have to recite the exorcism book after all. So why don't we go ahead and do that next. Ooh, it's close to that camera. So we'll know if this works. If you get a correct exorcism phase performed, the ghost will kind of pop into multicolored smoke, and that lets you know that it was one of the correct steps here. Alright, let's get in here. You who haunt this place in the name of the Lord, I command you go back where you came from. Let your soul return to the earth, let your body return to the dust. So be the will of God. This did not work. Did not hear me? You who haunt this place in the name of the Lord. Oh, we just gotta go. You who haunt this place in the name of the Lord, I command you to go back where you came from. Let your soul return to the earth, let your body return to the dust. In the name of the Lord, or God, or whatever. Okay, why is that not working? I wonder if it's just the microphone is not. Oh, there that goes. Where is it? I don't see it. I've got the incense. Is it back here? Where are you, you little devil? Is it actually just possessed the vehicle itself? What? I don't know where it is. I thought it was out here, but I guess it's kind of possessed the vehicle. Huh. Still here. Jeez. So this is one thing that I've noticed as well, is it seems like the child ghost specifically does appear to really like to beat the hell out of this vehicle. Them and the demon both will just do these crazy long assaults on this RV. Oh, God. So I might have been wrong on that. That might have just been a noise, I guess. The voices is still something that I am working with for the most part. Wow, it's just... Is it on top? I just can't believe it. It's just going to town on that... RV, dude. Starting to think that we might have a bug there. Let's see if we can get it back in the house. Spirit, show yourself. Can you show yourself? Yeah, no. Spirit, where are you? Well, let's go see if we can find it with the scanner. Kind of a peculiar run. That's how these alpha builds be, though. That's how they be. There, it's done now. And now I think it locked us out. 'Cause of course it did. Ah. Spirit, can you show yourself? It's going very fast. Okay, we got a scan of it. This was not beeping. I wonder if they changed it. Gotta love early alpha. Alright, so we actually do have a scan complete on it. IN L120, I believe. So there we go. There we go. Now we've got our 3. Tiger's Eye Stone, Incense Stick. Alright. You out here? Here we go. Spirit, can you show yourself? See if we can get it to step on that tiger's eye. It's going to be hesitant on the tiger's eye. It should be kind of afraid of it. It's in there. It's just hanging out on the ceiling in there. I'm just gonna try and get it to come to step on that tiger's eye. And I'm gonna bring this back to the RV. Just to kind of keep it away from the door here. And is that gonna impede me from getting on? Just real quick. Okay, now we're good. We're good. Spirit, can you show yourself? Is it going to come out here? It is getting really uppity in there. Alright, so we might have to get a little risky here with this. We might have to go in there with the neutrino gun first. Oh, wait, here it goes. Here it comes. Boom! There's the multicolor lights. Finally, we get to show that off. Alright, that's one. Now we gotta get it with the incense stick. Spirit, can you show yourself? It's drove back for a little bit. Spirit, where are you? Oh, we can hear a low rumble. I'm going to try and keep this door open with my body here. Spirit, show yourself. Spirit, come to me. Come to me, Spirit. Can you come here? Ooh. I've got some backup incense, so I could just chuck the incense at it and attempt to call it a day. Spirit, show yourself. Damn it. Oh, throwing the incense worked, dude. Throwing the incense worked. Alright, now we're down to the neutrino gun, which is the easy one. Here we go. It should be our final one. We'll get confirmation once we see that. We saw the multicolored lights, and we should see a bunch of white orbs. Whoa, 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 where is it? I don't see it. Oh god, I don't see it. Is it behind me? Oh no. There it is, there it is. It was on the ceiling. It's kind of blinking in and out. There we go. There's all the white orbs. Exorcism is complete. That is that. The house is now safe. If we had paid equipment, we can now leave it in here and it wouldn't matter. The downside to this is any occult items will no longer register with like the occult sniffer. So if we wanted to collect occult items for bonus points, we would have already needed to found them with the occult sniffer. But I think we can still find the ones that are invisible with the camera. So let's grab our camera and let's go look for some occult items to make a little bit of extra cash. Middle mouse button on the camera will give it that green screen effect. Everything looks good there. So what we're looking for is something that appears on the camera that we can't see with the naked eye. So let's say if there was something on the table here, we'd be able to see it in the camera window, but we would not see it actually on the table with our naked eye. Let's go check in here for some stuff. And when you see stuff pop in like that, that's nothing. It's just they've got optimization that they're still working on. Part of that's this pre-alpha build that I'm on as well. Okay, I don't see anything too special down here. It's all there. Come into here. Yeah, we can see the chessboard. Now, what was pushing on that? Oh, this nightmare-fueled jack-in-the-box here. Alright. Alright. Wow, it was throwing stuff around in here. It was like playing in the room. Oh, we've still got ghost orbs. This must be what they call the dread room. And you can see the ghost orbs without the night vision, by the way. So yeah, this was definitely what they call the dread room, or the room where the entity originates from. Now, is there anything in here that... I know that there is a toy wooden train in the game that's normally in this room, but I don't see it. There's also normally a guitar in here. Maybe they, there's a light switch. I wonder if the occult items, they may have changed it to where the occult items just disappear. I can't see, I don't know if, if it's there or not. Okay, yeah, that stuff's all there still. Well, I tell you what we can do, because it doesn't look like there's, any occult stuff to be found. And I think that's intentional. I think they want you to find the occult stuff while the entity's still around. Because it's more challenging and requires some risk. So, what does it look like these orbs are really sitting on here? What are they close to? Looks like this thing, right? This nightmare-fueled thing, so... I don't know if you have to put it in the suitcases, but I have been... Except for this time. Alright, let's go. Oh no, I didn't enter that it was a child on the whiteboard. There's a little arrow over there. It's my new house key that I forget to do. I had it in the journal, but I didn't have it on the whiteboard, so I didn't get credit. You gotta remember to do it on the whiteboard where there's little arrows in there. But we were right, it was a child spirit. We exercised the entity for 50 points. We did get an occult object. There we go. It was the jack-in-the-box. I did get a picture taken, but I guess it wasn't... I needed to be inside maybe for it to count. We did not get 4 occult objects, though. And we didn't get the temperature above 10 with that. I think the Mel device might have some issues with it. Not 100% sure on that. Anyway, hope you all liked the video. We'll catch you in the next one.